Alright guys, so I'm out here working on this Tigershark 1100. The Bendix went out, so I'm changing that. So I got the strap ran under the motor, up, hooked up to the ceiling, kinda scandalous, but whatever, it'll be alright. So Bendix is down here, so basically you have to get this cover off. There's a bunch of these bolts, a couple that are way down here. So basically what you have to do is you have to take these bolts out of the motor mount here. Ran that strap under, so you just pull it up, lift it up a couple inches, so you can get your hand under here and get these bolts out. You can't get the fucking bolts, at least I couldn't. I don't know if someone else could. I couldn't get the bolts out of this right here, the motor mount itself, from the cover, so I just left it on, and hopefully I'll be able to squeeze it out of the way under the gas tank here and still be able to get the cover off with it still connected. We'll see. So in order to get the motor up this high, I had to take those bolts out of the motor mount, had to come back here and take this bolt out, took these bolts out here, so you can get the motor up about 2 or 3 inches, so you can get the bolts out. And so I'm just gonna take this bolt out here, and I'm gonna pop this cover forward and see if I can't get it off.
This is the last bolt on the case, so the top one, which is the easiest one to get to.
Alright, let's see if this cover is just gonna come off now. Looks like that's it. But alright, since the motor mount's still on, it's hard to clear this gas tank, so I'm gonna fuck with that. Alright, so I got the front of the case off. In order to clear the motor mount over here on the gas tank, I had to come back here. I had to take, there's 4 bolts. One right here. Once the gas tank slid forward, so you can't see the hole, but it's like right up here. One back there, and there's 2 in the front of the gas tank. 2 super easy. I left the filler neck on. All I did was slide the gas tank forward. I had to hook up what I think is the gas return line. Don't quote me on that. I had to unhook that because it was too tight. I couldn't move it. And then what else did I have to do? Oh, I had to unhook the fill spout for the oil reservoir here. So, yep, I'll let you know where I go from here. Alright, so I was told on these 1100s you don't have to pull the flywheel to get the Bendix out, but for me I couldn't get it to wiggle out. I mean, maybe I didn't try hard enough. I wasn't trying to beat on it. So I just put a little bit of pressure on the flywheel, lifted it up just a little bit, not even that much honestly, and this fucker slipped right out of there. Alright, so I got some gasket maker to put that front case back on. This is the old Bendix. Damn it. Anyways, this is the old Bendix. This is the new one. I'm gonna slip that in there, grease it up a little bit. Currently you just grease up the ends. You don't actually grease the Bendix itself. That's around the internet, at least. Don't quote me on that shit. Alright, so all I did was put the Bendix back in. I put a little bit of grease on the end of the shaft on each side. One side goes in here, one side goes in here. Be careful because there's washers on this side. At the end of the little spline on the Bendix, there's, hold on, let me see if I can pull this off the phone in my hand. I can't. But right at the end of the Bendix, there's these 2 little spacers. So make sure you don't lose those. And so I put those back on, put it on, and now I put a little bit of RTV gasket maker. As you can see, it's kind of squishing out over here. Just a little bit, nothing too crazy. It was sealed up pretty good, so there's a good gasket on there already. So I just put a thin layer of it just to seal it up, and then yeah, I started putting the bolts back in, finger tight. I've only got the top ones in. Now it's time to do the annoying ones, and I'll update you guys after I get this fucker bolted back together. Alright guys, so it's just a recap on changing this Bendix basically. Got everything bolted back together, boom boom, everything back in, motor mount back in, all these bolts back in, took the strap off. Let's see, got this motor mount bolt back in. What else? Got those back in. Got the gas tank all bolted back. Got all the bolts put back in the gas tank up here. One back here, two in the front. Yep, I guess got everything put back together. And let's see if she runs.